One of South Africa's big five banks, First National Bank, was able to grow its customer base, deposits and transnational activity despite the current economic environment. But the higher cost of living and doing business has taken a toll on individual customers and small and medium businesses, with an increase in defaulters in this banking segment. Despite this, the bank is optimistic about the operating environment going forward. And FNB CEO Jacques Celliers joins us this evening. Good evening and congratulations. So how many customers do you have now, and where in the Big Five ranking does that put you?
Thanks for having me, Sally. We ended the year on 11.5 million customers. I mean, I think the customer lens is a function of activities in both the retail segment. Obviously, from, as you know, we're active from the entry-level market in retail right up into the private banking space, and then on the commercial side, similarly from small business right up into the top end of commercial. So it's a very good, healthy growth for us in the client base, and we're delighted with the outcome.
Is it outstripping your competitors in terms of the increase in the customer base?
I mean, growth for us is on two fronts. Clearly, one of the elements that you would refer to as growth in client base. In some pockets of the market, we're leading in the segmentation models, and in other segments, clearly there's some other competitors competing as well. And within a segment, across the retail or commercial market, you will also find various participation levels of different product lines. So you could be a market share leader in transactional banking, but not so much in insurance. Mm-hmm. And so our challenge is over time is to gain clients into our base, obviously, and then we grow with our customers up and down, downsell, cross-sell. And in our sort of ecosystem of activity, we're really very grateful for the momentum at play, and results was the outcome of great performance across all of our business lines. So it's quite an interesting question you ask, is where is the competitive landscape and what the market shares. And clearly, from a transactional banking space, we're massive leaders. In some of the elements of credit, someone else might be in one part, or other parts there. But by and large, I mean, about a third of the economy runs through our business on a monthly basis or daily basis. Mm. And it's important for us to lean into the economy and make sure that we participate in the economy.
Yeah, and of course, it's a tricky time. Consumers are under pressure. You've also noticed an uptick in defaulters. Just take me through that. And what support are you offering people?
Yeah, it's actually quite a pleasing outcome for us. So, I mean, our balance sheet is very strong at the moment. Our credit performance it appears market leading, amongst all of our peers, and it's a function of our origination strategies over the last 3 years. We all know that COVID was quite a big impact and a deep impact in origination, and then since then gradually built up our balance sheet activities and try to steer our origination into what we believe is a more responsible lending into customers at both retail and commercial levels that could afford it. And we wanted to steer it into industry types where we know that there's growth and sustainability, and that's certainly playing out in our balance sheet and our provisions at the moment. And we're very well set for the new year. We're expecting, as the economy continues to struggle with high interest rates and inflation, it would be still quite some time before we can really see a proper breathing space for our customers. But your question is very apt at what are the solutions we've got. And so across most of our balance sheet activities, we try and play our client value prop, so we help customers navigate their financial consequence in either their personal, family or business context. And we try and balance things between the balance sheet parts. It's either the asset side or liability side. An unbelievable successful story for us at the moment playing out in our liability franchises. So we pay interest well, and we obviously try and originate into affordable credit so we don't get people into trouble. Mm-hmm. And we try and unlock the balance sheet and the expense lines when we can help them save some money, like on insurance, or we give them some e-bucks. And so we try and stretch those budgets through a month. So it's a very pleasing outcome for us as we get proper transactional volume growth, as you said in the beginning.
Of course, one of the things that most middle-class South Africans who have some sort of option in their budget, especially if they've got a bond, is to install solar or some sort of alternative power to get through the blackouts that we've been having. Is your bank offering incentives for customers who want to go that route?
Yeah, the energy sector actually at the moment is an exciting sector. You know, many of our customers are from I guess you'd say just inconvenience, trying to add a bit of lifestyle benefits, but in many parts it's actually critical to get commercial activity going and to keep the businesses open, production going, keep the doors open, and that ultimately plays out in the stability of salaries, which we then use obviously for origination strategies. And I think what we put together over the last while is a proper spectrum of solutions, from the most basic to the most complex, even to the extent that we're able to help our customers with advice, because as you know, many customers might get bad advice, and so they'll be installing something that they shouldn't be, and then next year they have to redo it all. So it's a wastage story. So we try and help our customers with good advice across our suppliers who bank with us to help our client base. And then it's about financing it. And some people can actually carry the expense themselves, and others need a bit of short-term lending, medium-term, and long-term lending. And so we have a whole spectrum of solutions for financing options. And you're right, because it's an additional expense, right? And people that traditionally would have said, okay, let's just keep my doors open, but now I have to do this plus the investment. And a lot of innovation's gone into that. And most recently, as you would have seen, we've also launched that the National Treasury supported energy scheme. And I think that's going to go a long way to even further enhance the affordability of people getting their enablement done for alternative energy.
Yeah, and I suppose every person who can afford to install solar on their roof is taking a little bit of the pressure off our national grid. Thank you so much for chatting to us this evening, FNB CEO Jacques Celliers. Let's have a look